Is your child moving on to a new school or starting school for the first time this year? There is some important information that you need to know, as well as documents that you must have to complete the registration process. Stay with us for those details. Hello, I'm Adrian Atkinson. You're watching Jamaica Magazine. On our show today, we'll also look at studying online and learning about the importance of wildlife to our ecosystem.
We have championed e-learning in Jamaica, provided state-of-the-art technology in over 200 educational institutions, developed materials for CSEC, piloted the Tablets in Schools project in 38 schools, including infant and primary, and trained thousands of teachers in technology integration. We are e-Learning Jamaica Company Limited, ELJAM, an agency of the Ministry of Science, Energy and Technology. Visit our website, www.elearnja.org.
My mother taught me how to work for what I want. And if you don't work for it, then you don't deserve it.
They always tell me, be yourself. Don't try to be like others.
They help me through tough times, good time, bad time, they're always there for me.
Once the family is good, teach the children the right things, then them can grow up on the right.
Good day, I'm Tamara McHale, and this is your GIS News for Thursday, August 11. The tourism sector has raked in $1.3 billion in earnings for the first 6 months of this year. Recently released figures from the Jamaica Tourist Board (JTB) also revealed that the island welcomed a little over 2 million visitors between January and June. Portfolio Minister Edmund Bartlett says it puts the country firmly on the path to welcoming 4 million visitors for 2016.
That puts us on track, especially when the preliminary numbers for July have shown the largest July in the history of tourism in Jamaica, where we brought in, without the Jamaica nationals or the diaspora, 211,000, which is a 4% increase over last year.
Minister Bartlett was addressing a special Tourism Linkages Network strategy session held at the Jamaica Pegasus yesterday. He urged council members to combine their efforts and expertise to drive Jamaican tourism to higher heights. Minister of Science, Energy and Technology Dr. Andrew Wheatley has reaffirmed government's full support for the principles of net neutrality. This principle dictates that all internet traffic should be treated equally. Minister Wheatley says Caribbean countries must ensure that innovation, creativity and freedom of expression are not hindered even as they seek to become greater producers of technology. But he insists that regional countries cannot hold to the approaches that prevail in the United States and the European Union, but must adapt the rules to suit their unique Caribbean needs. The technology minister was addressing a ministerial roundtable panel at the recently concluded Caribbean Association of National Telecommunications Operators Canto 2016 conference in Puerto Rico. The Scientific Research Council SRC has received funding support from the NCB Foundation to implement its Energy for Young Minds EFYM program in Jamaica. Developed by the Caribbean Energy Information Systems, EFYM is an online energy awareness and education tool geared towards secondary school students. It aims to inform and educate them about energy and energy-related information, prepare them for examinations, and challenge them to make energy innovations.
So there are three major areas to this platform, to this program: online interactive tools, the Energy in Action programs, as well as the inter-school energy competitions.
SRC's executive director says NCB Foundation support will help the project improve Jamaica's economy through the involvement of our youth.
This project will seek to build awareness, to inform, to educate on different issues: energy-related issues, climate-related issues, issues relating to energy efficiency, conservation best practices, as well as in as well as improve in the sustainability of the Caribbean energy sector.
Come next fiscal year, children's homes across the island will have increased funding. State Minister of Education, Youth and Information Floyd Green made the commitment on Tuesday. He was speaking at a meeting with children's home operators and personnel, as well as representatives from the Child Development Agency.
And I've made a commitment that come the next budget, there has to be some upward movement. And I've already communicated that to the Prime Minister. I've already communicated that to the Minister, that we cannot continue at the present level. So come the next financial year, definitely I can commit that there will be an increase.
Minister Green also declared that all children's homes, both public and privately operated, have now been allotted a disaster management grant.
I know it's not a great sum, but I know that anything that can help in terms of especially readiness for the hurricane season is greatly appreciated.
Previously, only public homes were allotted this grant. And finally, the deadline for taxpayers to file statutory deductions for July is next Monday, August 15. All statutory deductions, or SO1, are actually due on the 14th day of the month. But that date falls on a Sunday this year, so taxpayers will be able to submit their July SO1 the following day in order to avoid a penalty. Persons who pay on time can also benefit from an employment tax credit. To qualify, eligible persons must file and pay their monthly statutory payroll deductions on time and later claim the total amount of payroll statutory contributions for education tax, NHT, NIS, and HART for that year. And that's it for GIS News today. I'm Tamara McHale. Thanks for watching.
The Ministry of Education, Youth and Information is committed to ensuring that every Jamaican child has the best learning environment to thrive and needs your cooperation to make the education system work successfully.
What are the school's voluntary contributions for?
Co-curricular and sports activities and school development.
What amount are parents to contribute?
Your contributions are voluntary and the amount depends on the type of programs being offered by the school.
If my child is being denied access to school, can I complain to the ministry?
Yes. You can call or visit any of the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information's 6 regional offices or send an email to complaints@moey.gov.jm.
What support is there for PATH students?
PATH students are not expected to make contributions and are to be provided with 5 days free lunch as of this year.
Parents and guardians, do continue to make your voluntary financial contributions to your children's school. The institutions need your assistance for their school development and sporting activities. Remember, every child can learn. Every child must learn.
Motorists, know your rights as road users. If you're stopped by the police in a road check, the police have the right to ask for your driver's license and vehicle documents. If you don't have the documents on you, you can ask for 5 days to provide them at a convenient police station. If you don't have vehicle insurance, you can be prosecuted and face the court. If you fail to renew the registration license, the police are entitled to seize your vehicle. If the police wish to search your vehicle, they should tell you the reasonable grounds for wanting the search. If you are given a ticket, sign it only if you plan to pay the fine and not contest the charge in court. And please be reminded, children under 18 years must wear a seatbelt, even if they are seated in the back. Know your rights. Knowledge of the traffic road code makes it easier to work with the police as they do their job to make the road safer for you and everyone else.
If you have not registered your child for school, let us help you get started with that process. Watch this.
So your child is about ready to begin schooling for the first time or is graduating to a higher level school. That means going about the business of getting him or her registered for the academic year ahead. We have some useful information.
When thinking about getting your child into a school, the first step must be to research and decide on a school with options for your child. This could be a school that is close to home, offers homework services, and extracurricular sporting, cultural, and academic activities.
Once the preferred school has been chosen, you need to make an appointment with the administrators. Parents and guardians need to attend that meeting armed with some important, accurate information about their children. This information should be clearly written on the registration form if your child's prospective school uses such a document. For children entering early childhood or primary school, you will also need to have the following documents.
Parents will need to have available birth certificates, the child passport or the immunization cards, and they will be required to visit the school and complete the application forms themselves. If they are not available, then the guardian or someone they nominate can do so, but they must be given written permission.
These documents are also required for students entering the secondary system who have gained their placement by way of the examination process. In addition, they will need to take in a medical report, which can either be conducted at a health center or by a private medical practitioner. Parents and guardians will also be asked to provide details of any physical disability or challenges that the child may have.
You see, at the outset, we would want to identify those factors which can mitigate against their performance in schools. So difficulties with hearing or sight must be addressed. We only want to get an indication that this is the case where we can have proper assessment done so that the effective remedial actions are taken.
Now that you have identified a school for your child, talk with the administrators and handed in the required documents along with the registration form. The school will then notify you to say whether or not your child was successfully registered and has gained a place at the institution.
So as we guide you through traversing the registration process, remember that registration should ideally begin as early as March to ensure your child gets a space in the school of choice and to give you more time to have them prepared for the new school environment. So don't delay. Get your child registered in school because every child can learn and every child must learn.
Hurricanes can strike at any time. In the event of one, be prepared to act quickly. If a hurricane watch or warning has been issued, review your home disaster response plan. Map out likely routes to evacuate if your home is at risk and confirm with relatives or friends you plan to stay with. Also, confirm the location of the nearest shelter. Check your emergency supplies and restock if necessary. Remember, disasters do happen, so be prepared.
All the people them with a Zig V, hold up your hand. Zig V in the Caribbean territory, but we now want that virus take set pan we. So make sure send no stagnant water inside and mash up all mosquito breed inside. Pour hole in the tin them where you dash way and change the water in your vase every day. No litter, dispose of your garbage proper. You know them the tin the return drain blacker. Tour your community and tour your yard for suppress mosquito. We have figure hard dash we all tire turn over drum pan for prevention is the greatest weapon. And special shout out to pregnant ladies. Protect yourselves and protect your babies. Draw for your zapper and your mosquito spray. If you do all that we can to keep them away. How we know
The Urban Development Corporation has been protecting our natural environment and wildlife through sustainable programs and partnerships. This was displayed at its recent staging of the My CROC Adventure and Friends at the Hope Zoo.
UDC, help me to protect you and me. The Urban Development Corporation, helping to protect God's creation.
At the second staging of the My CROC Adventure and Friends, the Crocodile Conservation and Environmental Fair held in July, patrons were educated on the importance of Jamaican wildlife to the environment. The event was hosted under the theme Fighting Climate Change by the Urban Development Corporation UDC, the National Planning Agency NEPA, the Hope Zoo, the Tourism Development Product Company, and the Caribbean Coastal Area Management Foundation, which constitute members of the Crocodile Working Group. The primary focus was to build the awareness of the role of the crocodile to the marine ecosystem and also to showcase how it is that the UDC and its partners have been preserving the iguana.
The Jamaican iguana, it's endemic to Hellshire Hills. It means that it's found nowhere else in the world. So we used to find it more around in Jamaica, but right now it is limited to the Hellshire Hills.
When they're in that juvenile stage, we take them from the hills to the Hope Zoo and we keep them here until they get to a weight where they are no longer easy prey for predators like the mongoose. Once they get to that stage and we've done a health screening and we see that they're perfectly healthy and fine, we then take them back to the Hellshire Hills.
So it's a success story that we now have some hundreds, maybe about 300 to 400 in the wild, and that's an international success story in terms of the numbers increasing.
And what about the crocodile?
They are scavengers and they help to maintain the ecosystems or the health of a marine ecosystem. So if you have sick animals, sick fish in a marine ecosystem, the crocodiles clear them away and help to maintain the health of that ecosystem.
Held at the Hope Zoo, patrons at My Croc Adventure and friends were treated to a variety of educational and fun activities. This includes the tagging of a crocodile and tours along the animal trail. The event also served as the high point of UDC's year-long environmental competition for schools in Kingston and St. Andrew and St. Catherine. School participation was important to allow for the promotion of environmental conservation initiatives that will eventually safeguard the environment. Winners were Alpha Infant, St. Jago Cathedral, and Camperdown High Schools, who won a combination of trophies, cash prizes, and passes to UDC attractions.
The UDC is not just about development. Sustainable development speaks to finding that balance between the environment and development.
Students came up with their project, and the project was about gully care. So they decided to launch a project to make the community aware that the gully was something that channeled off water into the sea.
The Gully Care project won Alpha Infant School first prize in the infant category. St. Jago Cathedral Preparatory emerged winners in the primary school category. Their project was on climate change.
It is really very important that, as future ones, as the young ones, that they are educated about things that are affecting or impacting on the environment. And, there's no better way to do it than through the children.
For their creative use of sargassum, Camperdown High School topped the secondary school category.
What we essentially did was to collect the sargassum, what some people would essentially think would be waste from the beaches, and we turned it into fertilizer. We also did an iodine extraction, and we made an insecticide that can be used for plants.
Through the UDC's Enviro competition and the successful staging of My Croc Adventure and Friends, Jamaicans are gradually learning what it really means to fight climate change. The Urban Development Corporation, protecting our natural environment and wildlife through sustainable programs and partnerships. To learn more about the work of the Urban Development Corporation, call 656-8031 or visit their website at udcja.com. You may also follow them on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, or visit their information center on the ground floor Kingston Mall, downtown Kingston.
Nikki baby, come here. You understand, so I have to send you guy your auntie so you can go to school and turn out better than me.
When I go be my time.
Piggy, come finish your work.
If you or anyone you know has been a victim of human trafficking, call 811 or 1-888-PROTECT. Be wise. Open your eyes. Spot them. Stop them. A message brought to you by the National Task Force Against Trafficking in Persons.
Up next, a look at the advancement of technology to facilitate online learning.
Learning has long outgrown the traditional classroom with its blackboard and chalk.
And as new technologies emerge, access to higher learning has increased, and convenience is the name of the game.
I wonder what time. Oh, I have class in 5 minutes. I better hurry so I can join them in time. It's a good thing my class is right here at home. All I need is my laptop, internet connection, and I'm good to go. I can even take part in class and access all my lessons online.
As simple as that. Technology integration to support education has been improving over the years, from the infant stage to the tertiary level. This has been more evident through what is known as the Open Campus, a more advanced form of distance or e-learning. It offers multimodal teaching and learning services through virtual and physical site locations globally, and all in the comfort of your personal environment.
Everything is virtual. You can have your study time whenever time you please, midnight, whatever time. And the lecturers, you can interact with them, whether it be Skype, Illuminate.
Through the use of information and communication technology, learning has become more web-based, supplementing the traditional setting for formal instruction. This gives open campuses the capacity to increase networking among campus sites, as well as among students and faculty members within those locations.
What we realize is that there is a need in our region to expand access to education, to tertiary education. So what we have done then is to utilize the technology to be able to bring that education to the community and to the people so that they can study from where they are. So instead of them coming to the education, we're bringing the education to them.
Working in Kingston, living in Buff Bay, I don't have time for a classroom environment, so the online situation was just perfect.
And participating in
Web conferencing is another feature of open campuses, and through the use of special software, students and tutors are connected in synchronous sessions using the internet. But those who still opt for a classroom setting can come here. At the UWI, open campus conference rooms are fitted with microphones, so sessions can truly be interactive.
Another convenience of the open campus is what is called streaming media.
This is where course details in the form of videos are streamed through a computer network. This allows students to view videos or listen to audio anytime, anywhere.
El membrete gordo. Our technology platform is based primarily on broadband in our sites, but students who live where they don't have broadband can also download their courses in a reasonable time, even with dial-up.
A flexible open source platform called Moodle is used to develop the courses, which are then uploaded. Studying online has been widely adopted in the Caribbean, and for Jamaica, it's a welcomed option. The University of the West Indies has approximately 42 open campus locations across the region. 11 of them are located in Jamaica, and together they serve 16 countries in the English-speaking Caribbean. Such networking significantly reduces traveling costs, making tertiary education more accessible to more people.
We know, for instance, that the government is pushing access to the internet and access to computers. And this is going to be a great partnership for us to be able to really raise the level of education access in the rural areas and in more remote areas of Jamaica.
island clean, so clean. From the peaks to the beach, so clean. No dirty up Jamaica, please don't do it. Keep we island clean, so clean. From the peaks to the beach, so clean. No dirty up Jamaica, please don't do it.
No dash, no paper, no dash, no plastic. Dispose your garbage responsibly. No know how to recycle, learn it quick. And if you drop it, better pick up every piece of it. Plastics last forever, don't forget the bits. Cause when them touch the street, them end up in the sea. Collect pan the reef where they fish them feed. And when you want seafood, I eat your
Keep
eat.
we island clean, so clean. From the peaks to the beach, so clean. No dirty up Jamaica, please don't do it. No dirty up Jamaica, no dirty up Jamaica, no dirty up Jamaica, no dirty up Jamaica.
Driver, slow down and stop the reckless overtaking, no?
You never hear so time is money.
Easy, driver. Why no minimum man and taxi driver drive so bad? Why him have to drive so hard? Me not gonna make you kill off me and me pick me them.
One stop driver. Make her come off this bus. Me say stop.
Me coming with you. The rest of you not take chance when in life. Lord of mercy! That could have been us.
And look how we want the money.
Passengers, your safety is in your hands. Say one-stop driver and get off if the driver is speeding, overtaking recklessly, and not obeying the rules of the road. Don't give away your life. It is too precious.
As we close our show for today, here's a thought to take you into the weekend. The function of education is to teach one to think intensively and to think critically. Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education. Words from Martin Luther King Jr. Another broadcast of Jamaica Magazine comes your way tomorrow, but you can always stay connected on our website, jis.gov.jm. And while you're online, send your feedback to jamaicamagazine@jis.gov.jm or tweet @JIS News. On behalf of the entire production crew, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Walk good.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.